With all of the news lately around real estate, it's easy to feel like all the news is bad news, especially after the last 2 years of out of control home appreciation. But the reality of it is, we're finally starting to see some good news. Hi everyone, Avin here, your agent guide, and in today's video, I'm going to go over the good news in real estate news today. So I'd like to just start off by acknowledging the problem. Over the last 2 years, we've seen some of the most rapid home price appreciation that we've ever seen in this country. In 2021, it was something like 20%. And the year before that, it was about 19%. Unprecedented year-over-year home price appreciation because there was no inventory and a huge amount of people wanted to buy, a massive amount of demand driven by extremely low interest rates the government had to put into place to keep everything from falling apart economically. But what that means to us is that now homes are really expensive, and as the government is finally beginning to raise rates in order to fight inflation, interest rates are at 6%, home payments have suddenly exploded. From January of 2022 to now in June of 2022 has raised the payment on a $300,000 home by $495 a month. That is a huge change. But believe it or not, in all of the new news that we're seeing, there is some good news. So right off the bat, the best news of all that we could hear is we're beginning to see growth in inventory. It has been over the last couple of years kind of the common story. Home price appreciation has been driven by a massive amount of buyers and no inventory. Well, interest rate increases are beginning to take buyers back out of the market, and people are starting to list their homes. And of course, inventory is driven by supply and demand. So not only are we beginning to see people start listing their homes, but we're also seeing the number of showings per listing starting to come down and the number of offers per listing starting to come down. All of that means that there's less competition in the marketplace to keep driving prices up. So of course, the next silver lining is we're beginning to see pricing start to come back down to earth, the normal rate of home price appreciation. This year in 2022, we're still expecting to see a little bit more than a 9% year-over-year appreciation, but then we're beginning to see that come down into the 4% range, which is closer to what we would expect in a normal market. On top of that, according to Redfin's most recent data, we're beginning to see an increase in home price reductions. Now, these aren't huge reductions. We're not seeing home price depreciation. We're just starting to see people getting more connected to earth in the way that they're pricing their homes. I'd like to add a caveat to this. We do know that we're going to see home price appreciation slow down, but we are not expecting broad home price depreciation. Some markets in the United States are definitely overvalued. And if you live in one of those, you probably know it. And in those markets, we might see a little bit of home price depreciation. But nationally, we don't expect to see it. Hey, I hope today's video is bringing you some value. If it is, could you go ahead and click the like and subscribe button? And leave a comment below on what you're seeing in your local real estate market. I'm curious to hear. The other thing we're seeing is human ingenuity at work. At the beginning of the pandemic, the real estate market initially reacted with shock. How are we going to buy and sell homes? Where are people going to live? How are they going to move? But rapidly, we pivoted. We found new and creative ways to show houses. States set up new rules and regulations to reduce the risk in showings. And we moved forward to one of the most explosive growth periods in real estate in the history of our country. Now, as things begin to shift the other way, we're beginning to see that same ingenuity and creativity come to market. Mortgage companies are beginning to offer extended locks. They're going back to offering the adjustable rate mortgages that were such a dirty word in the 2007 and 8 timeframe, which, by the way, An adjustable rate mortgage is possibly a good option for you, but you should definitely check with your mortgage professional before you move forward with that. However, an adjustable rate mortgage right now could be a great way to get your payment to an affordable level, and then you can refinance in the future when the housing market begins to kind of come back to earth and the federal government's able to back off the interest rate hikes after inflation gets under control. On top of mortgage professionals beginning to offer new products to help their clients and just going to kind of old techniques to make financing affordable, we're also seeing our real estate professionals come up with creative negotiating techniques in order to make the deal go through and stick. So if you've been sitting on the real estate sidelines feeling like getting ready to buy a home was like jumping into 10 rounds in the boxing ring, well, now might be a time to start feeling like there's a light on the horizon. We're beginning to see the inventory come up, we're beginning to see the competition come down, we're beginning to see the number of offers come down, and we're beginning to see the creativity in the financing space and in the real estate professional space. If you're looking to buy a home in the next year or so, now might be a good time to start having those conversations with your mortgage professional, beginning to develop the relationship with your real estate agent. If you're in the midst of going through the process, now might be a good time to follow up with your agent or follow up with your mortgage rep. What new products are coming to light? What is your new strategy for handling these shifts? Of course, every single real estate market in the country is different, so you're still going to want to talk to your real estate professional, you're still going to want to talk to your mortgage professional to get the pulse on how your market is moving forward. As always, thank you so much for watching today's video, and have a great day.